One Question is designed to give subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences.
Greetings, this is Ty Brown and welcome to One Question. I'm here at the 2017 Women Leaders in College Sports National Convention. I'm joined today by Sherie Gordon. Sherie is the Director of Athletics at Albany State University. Greetings, Sherie. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Ty.
Now, Sherie, you just finished a year and 1 month there at Albany State. Now, coming into that job, I guess you knew that there was going to be a significant event when you took the job. That was the consolidation of schools, whereas Albany State absorbed another higher institution there in the state of Georgia. Now, that doesn't happen often where two higher education schools consolidate. Can you tell us, how are you able to maintain a successful environment with this significant event taking place during your first year?
Yeah, I think first it's assessing both institutions. As you spoke to, consolidation is unique. We were the seventh in the university system of Georgia, and since then there have been announcements of two others. So we were not on this journey alone. We had support from the university system of Georgia, not just for the athletics, but the university as a whole. The first important step was assessing both campuses and making sure that we respected the history of both institutions. And the other institution was Darton State College, which is a 2-year institution with an access mission. And from an athletics perspective, it was an institution that was a junior college program. And so what intrigued me about this job was both programs were successful. They were uniquely different in their mission, vision, and values, but from an athletics program, they were successful. So I was fortunate enough I had to move swiftly with consolidating our administrative staff and some of our coaching staff, and clearly outline what our expectations and visions were for the new ASU athletics program. And throughout last year, although it went very fast and consolidation is very challenging, I think it's important to be clear on expectation and vision for the future, to garner feedback from different people, including our students, faculty, staff, alumni, and people in the community. And we were fortunate to have success. We had 3 championships that we won last year. We had student success in the classroom, and we earned the award from the conference. It was called the Commissioner's Cup, which means we are the best overall male sports program in the conference, to include 2 individual national championships in the NCAA. So fortunate through the climate of change, which is challenging, and consolidation, that we still had a great deal of success with athletics last year.
Well, it sounds like you did. I would imagine you'd have to, at some point, get all the student athletes together from both schools, spell out the expectations and your vision for the department and for athletics on campus. Can you tell us a little bit about that part of the consolidation when you actually were face-to-face with everybody?
Yeah, we talked about our vision is first about the students, is making sure we have a model student-athlete experience, and that we focus on developing our staff. We're a unique situation where you have staff that came from a 2-year versus NCAA, so education was critical, and the investment in their professional growth so they can be model leaders for our young people. And we want to make sure that we focus on academics. Division II is a model that focuses on academics, athletics, community engagement, along with being a student. And then lastly, we want to make sure we continue to be successful, not just from a championship level, but in regional play at the NCAA level, and strive for national championships. And so we were strategic and had professional development opportunities. So a unique part of this consolidation in Southwest Georgia, diversity and inclusion is a hot topic. And so when you consolidate 2 uniquely institutions, diversity and embracing that in both constituents is important. So with our students, we had to have some tough conversations around that, as well as with our coaches as well. So we brought in some consultants to speak and really push the envelope with our students to talk about that. Although we come from different places, there's not much that makes us very different. And we did the same with our staff as well. And I think that was a critical first step for people to get to know each other at a different level and be open to be together and not segregated, even though we're now a consolidated institution and it wasn't in the control of any of us. But we're here and we're going to make the best of it and be model and lead by example for this community and this institution through consolidation.
In terms of that, if you can just give us one of the biggest challenges, and then I guess you already named the biggest successes, but one of the biggest challenges and something you consider beyond victories on the field, but one of the biggest successes that you've seen from the consolidation?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges is the community has not overall, the university mirrored a community in a sense that it has not embraced diversity and inclusion. And so when you consolidate faculty, staff, and students into campuses that function very differently, that's hard to embrace, especially in Southwest Georgia. That's been the biggest challenge. And the political nature of both constituents coming from both institutions felt a sense of lost identity. The Darton State College community, their institution goes away, their brand goes away. And then Albany State University alumni and constituents, embracing a more diverse institution for them is different than what they've been accustomed to in the historic legacy of how the institution came about. So that's been the most challenging. I think the successful part of that is that through the leadership of our president, we've been able to garner some strategic partnerships. We effectively got through consolidation, which is not easy work when you have over 80 working groups to make sure the university is efficient and functional as one. And from an athletics perspective, I think we have a great group of staff that's leading our young men and young women in the future. So excited about the future of ASU and being a part of that community.
Well, it sounds like you've done a great job in what you've had actually a pretty eventful first year as an athletics director. And I'm pretty sure you plan on continuing those successes, and the staff and student athletes and the university as a whole is very lucky to have you there to help usher them through this time of change.
Thank you so much.
That is Sherie Gordon, Director of Athletics at Albany State University. This is Ty Brown, signing off. This episode of One Question is produced by Spades Media Group, solving problems using creative leadership.